one leg crossed over the other, one hand under his pillow. Peaceful, comfortable. Amara stared at him for a few seconds. Then she quietly stood up. She didn't want to wake him. She tiptoed into the kitchen. The sink was full of plates from the night before. The floor was dirty. The pot she cooked with yesterday was still on the stove. She sighed. She tied her wrapper tighter and began to wash. Water splashed on her feet. Her eyes burned from lack of sleep. As she washed, her mind was already calculating. If I finish cooking by 6, I can bath by 6:30. Leave the house by 7. She hadn't even brushed her teeth. The bedroom door suddenly opened. Kunle's mother stood there, hands on her waist. "Amara," she shouted. Amara jumped. "Yes, Mama," she answered quickly. "You are just waking up now?" the woman hissed. "What kind of wife sleeps while her husband is hungry?" Amara swallowed. "I woke up early, Mama. I'm cooking now." Kunle's mother walked into the kitchen and looked around. She clicked her tongue. "So, this place is still like this? Is this how you keep a man's house?" Amara said nothing. Mama Kunle dropped a big nylon bag on the floor. "These are my clothes," she said. "I wore them when I traveled. Wash them before evening." Amara looked at the bag. It was full. Heavy. "Yes, Mama," she whispered. Mama Kunle walked away. Moments later, Kunle came out of the bedroom, stretching, yawning. "Amara, where is my food?" he asked casually. "I'm cooking," she replied. "You are always cooking," he said, and sat down. "Can't food be ready early for once?" Amara's hands trembled slightly as she stirred the pot. She served him quietly. He ate. He didn't say thank you. He dropped the plate in the sink and stood up. "I'm going back to sleep. There's no work today." Amara watched him return to the room. The house was silent again, except for the sound of her breathing. She rushed to bath, dressed for work, packed her bag. On the bus to work, she leaned her head against the window. Her eyes were open, but her mind was tired. At work, she smiled, answered greetings, did her job. Nobody knew what waited for her at home. When she returned that evening, her body was already weak. She opened the door. The house was worse. Plates everywhere, food spilt on the floor, laundry untouched. Mama Kunle sat on the chair watching TV. Kunle lay on the couch with his phone. Nobody looked at her. Nobody said welcome. Amara dropped her bag. She swept. She washed. She cooked. Her hands hurt. Her back burned. When night came, she finally lay on the bed. Kunle turned his back to her. Mama Kunle snored in the next room. Amara faced the wall. Tears rolled silently down her face. She covered her mouth with her hand, so no one would hear, so no one would ask. That night, like many other nights, she cried herself to sleep. Amara woke up the next morning with a headache. Not the kind that medicine could cure, the kind that came from too many thoughts and too little sleep. She lay on the bed for a few seconds, staring at the ceiling. Her body begged her to rest, but rest was a luxury she did not have. She stood up quietly. Again, the house was already noisy. Mama Kunle was awake. The sound of plates banging in the kitchen told Amara trouble was waiting.